Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have some really fun news to share with you guys. Um, One of Donald Trump's staunchest allies, one of the biggest Trump humpers around, is now sounding the alarm and freaking out and warning that there is going to be a bloodbath in the midterms. And she used that word. So this is really fun. I'm going to explain that to you. And here's why she's doing this. So earlier this week, I shared with you guys how Donald Trump's chief of staff said, I want Trump to essentially be on the ballot in next year's midterms because she falsely believes, in my opinion, that he helps down ballot candidates to win, or at least some of them. And I'm not going to lie and say, oh, he doesn't help any of them, but it didn't help this week. It didn't help in this week's special elections, which is why Trump's ally is having a total meltdown. So on Tuesday, if you guys hadn't heard, Democratic candidates scored two more kind of shocking wins. Actually, they were very shocking. I shouldn't say kind of, they were very shocking. These were for positions that were previously held by by Republicans. And one of them was in a district that Trump won last year by double digits. So we're seeing this over and over again across the country. So in Florida, the Democratic candidate won the mayoral race for the city of Miami. Now you might think, well, it's Florida, right? And Miami, okay, maybe it's a blue dot in a red state. Well, this is the first time that a Democrat has been elected as the mayor of Miami, of the city of Miami, in almost 30 years. It, to be exact, has been 28 years since the last Democrat won this race. So the winner of the race was Eileen Higgins. That was the Democrat. She is now the first woman also to ever be elected to that position in the history of the city, which is another really great sign because, a lot of people want to write off last year's election as, oh, well, everybody didn't vote for Kamala Harris because she's a woman. I'm not saying that didn't play a part at all, but we have to consider Miami is heavily populated with Hispanic people. And for that demographic, especially Hispanic men, to vote for a white woman for the mayor, we have to acknowledge that it wasn't 100% sexism and misogyny why Kamala Harris didn't win last year. Clearly, they're willing to elect a female. I mean, look at, down in Mexico, they have a female president. Okay, so it's doable. Anyway, Higgins won by, number one, she focused on affordability. She also focused on putting Trump front and center and his heinous immigration and deportation policies. So Trump and the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, they had both gone and endorsed. They didn't go, Trump didn't go down there and campaign for the Republican candidate, but he did endorse the Republican candidate, Emilio Gonzalez. And sorry, every time I hear the name Emilio, and I have quite a few Emilios in my family, being Italian, but all I can think of is A Night at the Roxbury. Emilio! Anyway, sorry. You guys know my brain works that way. Everything reminds me of a movie or a song. Anyway, so that did not work out for them. Long story short, Trump endorsing this guy did not work out for him. So, Susie Wiles might need to rethink this strategy. But what's funny is the Republican Party leaders are just coping hard right now. I don't know if they really are believing they're high on their own supply, believing their own bullshit, or if they're just trying to make their base feel better and soothe them because they're all like, oh, well, this doesn't mean anything. This is a blue city. they're saying basically, of course, the Democrat won. First of all, as I mentioned, this is the first Democrat to win the mayoral race in 28 years. Second, Trump only lost Miami by 1% last year. The final vote was 50% for Kamala Harris and 49% for Trump. But check this out. This is the margin. As you can see here, Higgins won by almost 20%. This was such a major upset that, I did it again, put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. This was such a major upset that, as I mentioned in the beginning, Trump minion Laura Loomer had to admit that things are going to go really bad next year. So on Twitter, she wrote, quote, "A bright red city in a bright red state just went blue tonight. Eileen Higgins is a socialist. President Trump's presidential library will now be constructed under the control of a rabidly anti-Trump Democrat who supports soft on crime policies. Midterms will be a bloodbath." I mean, like I said, this is not a solidly blue city, okay? It is a red state, of course, and yes, she overperformed, but, she's way overselling it. And obviously, Eileen Higgins is not a socialist, not even close. She hasn't said anything even remotely similar to democratic socialists or socialists. So there was a lot of cope in the comment section, though, from MAGA cult members. They're blaming everyone but Trump and his policies, as usual, right? It's never him. It's everybody else is causing the issue. Other people were using the same old tired excuse that, oh, it was stolen. Come on, people. That is so 2020. Just grow up. Like, anything that doesn't go their way. Oh, it was stolen. It was stolen. Jesus Christ. Anyway, others rightfully pointed to Trump, but they also got it wrong because they're claiming that, well, this is because Trump hasn't arrested any of the quote unquote criminal Democrats. I saw a bunch of people posting this meme here. For those who can't make it out, it says number of arrests, and it shows Russian collusion hoax 0, January 6th 0, Mar-a-Lago raid 0, Biden auto pen 0, 2020 election 0. I mean, they do not get it. It is hysterical. These people never consider like the Occam's razor explanation that maybe perhaps there haven't been any arrests for any of these things because the Democrats didn't commit any crimes. Did you ever think of that, MAGA? I mean, look at this down towards the bottom, Doge findings. They still think that Elon Musk found crimes, that his Doge crew actually found crimes. I mean, these people are just beyond insane. They are so out of touch with reality. They have no freaking clue what's going on. So anyway, there were a few, a very, very small few that acknowledged that, yeah, this is bad for the Republicans. One man actually told Loomer, quote, "People like you are why midterms are going to be a bloodbath. Myself, all my veteran libertarian friends, ex-MAGA friends, everyone I know is voting blue in the midterms. Protest votes go both ways." And then, like I mentioned, this was just one of the two upsets that happened on Tuesday night. So over in Georgia, Democratic candidate Eric Geisler had an even more shocking win, and this was for a state house seat. So this is the one of the articles that you can find on this, and that's him there. Excuse me, guys. I'm fighting something right now. Not sure what it is, but anyway, that is Eric Geisler there that you see in the blazer. Unlike Miami, Florida, this Georgia district is solid red. This is the district that Loomer should be warning about. And when Geisler ran for this same seat last year, he lost by a huge margin. So it was 61 to 39. Obviously, he was on the 39% end of that. Also, Trump won that district by 12 points in the same election. So Trump won by 12. His Republican challenger last year won by a massive amount. And then this time, Geisler won 51% of the vote against a Republican candidate named Mac Guest. And he has some sort of nickname. But anyway, as you can see here, it was close. So, this was not a blowout. But again, considering the margins from just last year, he pulled it out. He pulled this off. So, if you compare these results to last year's state house election, the district moved 62 points towards the Democrats. And if you put it in the context of the presidential election, it's a 13-point gain for the Democrats. So either way, it's a massive shift to the left. It's undeniable. And for the first time since 2005, Republicans now hold less than 100 seats in the Georgia State House. So Charlie Bailey is the chairperson for the Democratic Party of Georgia. He told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, quote, "There are 17 Georgia House districts that were more Democratic than this one last year. Republicans should be very worried." So what he's obviously saying is this one should have been the easiest one. This should have been one of their easiest pickups. And there are districts that they should be even more concerned about that are even much easier wins. So yeah, be prepared. And they do appear to be concerned, even though some are trying to spin this, is like to soothe their base again. But John King is a conservative Georgia insurance commissioner. And he also told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution that the Republican Party needs to, quote, "sound the alarm from now until November. Our donors aren't motivated and our voters aren't either." The good news is, and here's my concern, which I'll touch on first. Laura Loomer has Trump's ear. She is considered to be and called the Trump whisperer. She tells him things and he does them. Like whatever she warns him about, he does whatever she says. She wants people fired, he fires them. He trusts her. So there's that concern that she has now realized how bad this could get for the Republicans, that she might go, try to get in his ear and get him to change course. The one thing we have going for us and why he is unlikely to change course is because, number one, his ego is too big, right? He never admits that he's wrong or that he made a mistake. Number two, Trump's only interactions, with the exception of Loomer, are with his wealthy friends, right? His faithful sheep who tell him what he wants or tells him what he wants to hear. So he's not hearing the truth. He's not hearing, hey, your policies are destroying the country. Your policies are destroying your coalition. So let's hope that Loomer can't get through to him. That's what I'm banking on. Let's hope that his ego is bigger and he trusts his gut more than he trusts Laura Loomer. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, please like, please share, and please subscribe. I'm trying to hit that didn't come out because, again, I'm fighting something here, but trying to hit 250,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Please, please do me a solid. Hit the subscribe button below this video. Send this video to other people that you know. That really, really helps in the algorithms, and it tells YouTube that it's a popular video and that they should be spreading it around more and showing it to more people. And then if you can donate, I truly appreciate it. Everyone's been hit by Trump's bad economy. I know. I'm one of them. So it has definitely hit my bottom line this year. Anyway, I appreciate anything you can do to help out. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.